Hi Cancer, welcome to this reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, though you might find it resonates more if Cancer is your Moon or Rising sign. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. Now this is fascinating. I like this already. Your person felt that the second they met you, they understood you, but in a really deep way that most people don't. They felt that they saw to the, down to the core, to the truth of who you were. So they could have felt that they connected with you energetically immediately. Now, of course, what they perceive to be this truth that they saw about you, maybe it's not your truth, but in their opinion, this is from their perspective. And look at this depiction of this Seven of Swords. When it's in the reverse, it's almost like we're looking at her shadow side. So I don't know if they felt they were seeing a part of you that you tend to keep hidden from people, or maybe for some of you, you first encountered one another when you were in your shadow side. You were doing something that, or something slipped out that doesn't ordinarily. But this person had the feeling of, wow, I see you and I know you. I know who you are. That's very powerful. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. Okay, so now I'm thinking it wasn't that you were acting anything out from your shadow. I think it's that they just felt that they had a really good sense of who you are, the parts of you that you don't share with people ordinarily, the thoughts you have that you keep to yourself. Okay, it could have been, so some of you, maybe you met in a situation and they could just read it all over you that you weren't happy, or you didn't want to be there, or you didn't like whoever you were around, and you were doing a good job of fooling most people, but they could see that, you weren't feeling it. Okay. We have the Six of Cups. This is amazing. This is clearly them saying, when I first met you, my thoughts were, I recognize you, I know you. Even if you haven't yet said a word to each other, even if they're just looking at you across the room, it's like, yep, I understand you, I get you, I feel like I've met you before. Six of Cups. One of the reasons they're saying, I'm so convinced that when we first met, my thoughts about you were that I understood you completely, is because I felt like we were kindred spirits. You were feeling exactly what I was feeling. You were thinking what I was thinking. We could relate. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. They're saying you were an open book to me. Yeah, okay. Also, Seven of Swords reversed, talking about the shadow here with this depiction, your shadow side. It's almost like they saw it, or they saw what you were hiding, and not only did they accept it, they kind of liked it, because they were saying, this is very similar to me and what I keep from people, or my true thoughts and feelings. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. So they did think that you weren't being fully open and authentic with your emotions. Even if you were just talking one-on-one with them, they could have known that you were feeling something more than you were sharing. Maybe you too were feeling this Six of Cups, sense of recognition. Have we known each other before? Are we soulmates? Did we have past lives? Even if you hadn't consciously crystallized those thoughts yet, you might have been having those feelings, but obviously it seems too much to just say it. But they were picking up that you were feeling it too. Queen of Cups reversed. They could have, for some of you, picked up that you were emotionally guarded, or you've been through some real emotional pain, heartbreak, that you don't perhaps immediately trust people with your emotions. For some, I'm not jumping here just yet, we've not got anything like the devil, but I'm going to put it out there that they could have felt there was some codependency coming from you, or maybe a feeling of them thinking that you might be a bit needy emotionally in comparison to what they can give or what they wanted to give. As I said, we haven't got the devil yet, so at the moment I'm reading this as them seeing that you maybe were guarded with your emotions, or you've been through some emotional situations in the past that weren't the best. Okay, let's see. Queen of Wands reversed. Some of you could have been angry about something, but I do think others of you were putting on a brave face. You maybe recently went through something that had set you back and you weren't feeling the most confident, or perhaps generally speaking your self-confidence wasn't as high as you were projecting and as everybody else was believing. Okay, let's see. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the King of Cups. Yeah, look, I mean, kindred spirits, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. The feeling here was that you either weren't going to be open to an offer that they wanted to give, that they weren't in a position to make an offer that they wanted to give. But what's interesting is it's like they thought this from the second they met you, I want to offer something here. I want to have something here with you. I don't want this to be the last time we talk. I don't want this to be the last time we see each other. And I feel already that I know you so well, Six of Cups, Ace of Coins, that I want to do something about this. I want to offer something here, but the Ace of Coins is reversed. Okay, let's get some more information here. Let's start with this Queen of Cups reversed. What else, please? King of Wands. Yes, for some of you, you had been burned in the past. This person may have the I don't know if they sort of met you and then observed you or something, but they might have an opinion that you sort of like the bad boys or the bad girls, but that had left you feeling, you experienced something with these people that left you feeling a bit hurt or something like that. And maybe they thought, well, I won't make an offer because I'm one of, the nice guys or the nice girls or whatever, and you won't like me or something. But, okay, so we have the King of Wands. Let's see. Five of Swords reversed. And the Chariot. We've got Cancer here. Interesting that this is the first major arcana. Another thing they could have thought is that you are moving quickly, that you've got plans, you're moving forward with them. You're keeping things moving. You're not someone who is stagnant, and you're someone who takes things into your own hands. You're not waiting for the divine to orchestrate things for you. The Chariot. So they could have felt that you were on a mission. They could have perhaps thought as well that you were very busy, you had a lot going on, but you were managing it very well, very independent, very self-sufficient. They could have sensed something from you that was almost ethereal or spiritual, or that you have some kind of faith that things will work out with you putting in the effort and believing. More and more, there's this feeling of them thinking that you are incredibly strong, but one of the reasons you're strong is because you've been let down badly in the past, and you've decided you're just going to pick yourself up and trust yourself. So it's almost like, yes, you're strong, but at the core there might be a feeling of loneliness, like I would like a counterpart, but someone I can trust, someone who is going to pull their weight. And if I meet someone who I cannot trust and who isn't going to do things for themselves, then I'd rather just do it alone. So yes, independent, yes, strong, but slightly sadder than you were letting on to people. Okay, let's have a look at this Queen of Wands reversed. I wonder for some of you if you just also recently got out of a relationship, or you were in a relationship and this person you're asking about felt it wasn't, working very well, or this person wasn't good enough for you. Okay. Let's see what else. Queen of Wands reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. We have Temperance reversed, Sagittarius. Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's a feeling that something was holding you back. I don't know if it's a relationship with a person. Oh my god. Not okay. What I meant to say is I don't know if it's a relationship as in a romantic one, or if it's just another person in any kind of a partnership, a friendship, a business partnership, that they felt was holding you back. But there was something that you were involved with, and I think you were having to carry the weight for you and someone else, or you and other people. Something wasn't balanced, something wasn't fair, and rather than sitting and stressing about it, you were just getting on with it. And the person you're here asking about today felt that wasn't right. You deserved more balance. Okay, Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles reversed. What did they want to offer, or do, or say? Wow, the Magician, my goodness, the Emperor, and the Page of Wands reversed. So they did not say this, but what they wanted maybe was to turn things around, to transform this situation into something. How can I explain it? It's almost like you just meet someone, So you barely have even got a casual acquaintance sort of situation going. And they wanted to turn it from that into, I will provide for you. I will be your person. You know, I will be your emperor. So no wonder they didn't say it, because it's a lot. It's a huge transformation. But they felt that this was something they wanted to do. So something about you made them feel that they wanted to be protective. And I'm not saying you need protecting or that you want protection. Maybe you do want it, but either way, that's how they felt. We've got Gemini, we've got Aries here. I also think that this person realised that when they're around you, they feel very strong. So their thoughts were, there is something about you that makes me feel like I'm confident, I can succeed, I can do anything I put my mind to. We know the magician has all of the tools that they need to make anything happen. But they didn't speak about this. Page of Wands reversed. They didn't take this action. Okay. Four of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups. Let's see. Yeah, the Hierophant reversed, Knight of Cups reversed. So we've got Taurus energy there, but we have some kind of commitment that's not making you happy. Two of Coins reversed, back to that Ace of Pentacles that they wanted to offer. So for some of you, again, back to you, things being unbalanced, you pushing forward. They saw that you were in a relationship, a work commitment, some sort of family dynamic, community, whatever it is, and you were upholding your end of this, adhering to your responsibilities, taking care of them, all of that, but you were not happy, but you weren't telling people, you weren't showing people. This is something they just sensed and could see. And again, you might be saying, actually, I was very happy in this situation or this relationship, but this is from your person's perspective. What did they think of you? So there's a lot here. Their first thoughts that you're strong, maybe a bit more lonely than you were letting on, a bit sadder, that you were very, very confident, and I should say with the Queen of Wands as well, very attractive, Queen of Cups, very compassionate, you know, you have a big heart, and we have two queens, but you can be a woman or a man, that you were capable of managing a lot, that you were determined, you're going places, but you're also guarded potentially, because you've had reason to become guarded. They also felt that there's an inherent knowing between you, a sweetness, and that made them feel that they want to protect you. They want to give you this balance and equality in relationships and situations that you weren't getting from the people around you. But they held themselves back because it wasn't appropriate, maybe because of what you were doing or what you were in and your situation in life, or theirs as well. Okay, so that's what we've got for the tarot. Let's go into the oracle messages and see their first thoughts of you. This feels to me, a lot of this impression they have is through observing you, making conclusions, assumptions. So I don't know if, you know, if you're thinking, yep, spot on, or no, they were wrong about a few things, because the feeling I get is this was almost maybe like one encounter, and they picked up all of this information, and maybe they haven't even spoken to you yet at this point. We have hope, okay, but look at these two in the snow without even a coat on. So this is the thing, you know, you were pushing forward, you're not someone who gives up, but there's something about what they were seeing going on around you that seemed a bit bleak, or that you deserve better. Okay, what else? What were their initial thoughts, please? We have vanity. Oh, and we have a prickly situation. So there we go. For some of you, they did see that there was someone around you who, in their opinion, was more interested in themselves. Yeah, prickly situation, something that just was not good enough for you, but you were making the best of it. Right, what's on the back? Dreams and illusions. And you see how she's watering whatever this is down here that looks like it's sort of dead already. So they might have almost wanted to say to you, look, this situation, whatever you're doing, just stop. It's not, it's over, it's done, it's not good enough. Come away and be with me, you know? But they didn't say it. Okay. And if you're saying, no, I wasn't in a relationship or I wasn't in any sort of situation that was stressing me out. This could be them. It could be that they were doing this. They were in a situation with someone who was all about themselves, and it was pretty much a dead, an emotionally dead situation. And it wasn't, not even just emotionally, like nothing more is coming from this. And that's why they held back with saying anything to you or trying to make an offer or making any moves. So it could be that this Six of Cups feeling that they had with you instantly highlighted to them the lack of that feeling in this other situation if it's on their end. Okay. I'm also looking, we've got cactus here. Obviously, they're very prickly. And then we have opium poppy. And if we think of opium as the drug, you may have woken them up to some kind of an illusion. It does say dreams and illusions, but this doesn't, it almost looks nightmarish, not like a pleasant dream. So something about you highlighted a truth to them about themselves and their life. We have expansion. Absolutely, with the Chariot, you are going places. Quest, exactly. They felt that you were on a mission. You maybe even discussed this with them. We have 2 blue cards here, so the throat chakra. We have renewal and we have confusion. Yes, the feeling of you're turning something around. We've got 2 cards that we can see on the left-hand side. We've got the garden or the land where nothing is really growing. And then on the right, we have this abundance and this lush greenery. So you were doing something to better yourself or your situation. You were making a change. You were pushing forward. Confusion, what's this about? This is the crown chakra here. Confusion. Joy, mysticism, prayer. Okay, I'm wondering if this is where it all started to get a bit complex. So they see you, they have these feelings, they have these thoughts, they have these impressions, and then they go away and they overthink it, and they're like, well, why do I feel so happy and confident around you when I hardly know you? I feel that, as I said before, with the Chariot, feeling something about you that's kind of almost otherworldly, a bit mysterious, wanting to know more about you. And then with prayer, it could be hoping they'll see you again, or hoping that their situation will change or yours will, so that they can make some kind of an offer to you. Because I'm looking at the lemons, then we've got the lemonade. So there was something bittersweet about this interaction, seeing you, meeting you. It's almost like the sweetness is, gosh, I felt something I haven't felt ever or in a long time, the Six of Cups, but the bitterness here is that I can't act on it. The sweetness is I met you, the bitterness is I don't know if I'll see you again, that sort of a thing. Okay, so let me clear away these oracle cards in case they want to come out again, and then we'll have a look at what they think of you now. And this is really going to be interesting because for some of you, at this point you'll have known each other for years even. For others of you, maybe much less time, but let's have a look and see. Okay, so Spirit, can you please show us the person on my viewer's mind? What are their current, true, honest thoughts about my viewer? What are their honest thoughts about my viewer now, please, today? Okay, King of Swords reversed. We have the Seven of Cups. Eight of Swords in reverse, Eight of Coins reversed. I feel something's happened. I think a lot of some things actually have happened in the time between when you first met and now. And I think they're seeing you as being closed off with them, that there's not been much communication. They could even feel that you're actively holding back, that you're considering other options, that you are no longer stressing about them or overthinking this situation, and that you're not putting effort into this. So for many of you, there's been a whole journey, and most recently, there could have been a disconnection because you said, you know what, I'm fed up with this. This isn't going anywhere, or, there's been a falling out. Maybe you tried and tried with this person and they weren't being receptive. Okay, let's see. Yep, 3 of coins reversed. So they feel like you're not sort of showing up anymore in the way you used to within this connection. We have the Magician, that you're pursuing other areas of focus, other interests, and it doesn't even have to mean there's been a falling out. It might just be that you've done what you feel that you can, and now you're saying, right, well, now I've got to sit back and just see what unfolds here. In the meantime, I might as well focus on my career, my health, my home, this hobby, whatever, you know? Yeah, the 6 of Swords. Some of you, though, your person's perception is that you have moved on, or you are moving on, because all that they've caused here is stress. All that this situation has caused is mental anguish. And then we have the 10 of Cups. So you are off to find happiness. They also feel that that if you never reach this 10 of Cups together, or you haven't at this point, that this is something that you could have had and maybe even still can have, but something's got to change. 8 of Coins reversed. More effort, more consistent effort needs to be put in by both of you, and not just one of you. Like I said, maybe in the past you were, but they weren't taking your effort, so now you've pulled back, and now no one's putting in any effort. We have the 5 of Coins reversed. So their perception right now is that they feel a bit shut out from your life, or that you could feel shut out from theirs, that there's a distance between you, that they miss you. They might even feel that perhaps you're missing them, but you're doing what you need to do. You're focusing on moving forward. For some of you, there could be a physical distance here because of work, so there could be a practical reason that this person's saying, I feel there's, I have less access to you now. They're still seeing you as very strong, very empowered. We have the Magician. They're still seeing you as pursuing goals. I think for some of you, the goal that you're pushing forward with now is different to the one when they first met you. I think you keep them moving. You achieve one thing, then you're inspired to push for another. There is something here where, I feel you're more focused on self, which tells me at some point in between then and now, you were trying to be focused on this with them. You were trying to make it a partnership. But I don't think you were getting the results you were looking for. And what else can you do but focus on other things, and focus on yourself? They're saying you don't want to be stressed out, you don't want to be overthinking, you don't want to be second guessing. You're done with that, and you're moving away from that. Okay. So let's see what else. We have the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. Gosh, they feel, for some reason I just have this image of you floating away. Literally, I suppose, like this sort of cat figure here, holding on to what looks like jellyfish. Like you are their happiness, floating away, holding on to balloons. So they almost feel like you're getting away, or they let you get away. That's something they're thinking now. Let me put these back in. Okay. King of Swords reversed, please. 3 of Coins reversed. Their thoughts of my viewer today, their thoughts of my viewer now. 3 of Wands reversed. Unmanifested, ungrounded, unrealized potential. That's what they're thinking today. What are their honest thoughts, please? The Tower, there we go. We've got Scorpio energy here. So for some of you, yes, things they came to a head. Maybe there was an argument, maybe someone just cut somebody else off. Someone just decided, you know what, I'm pulling back, I'm focusing on me, I'm focusing on things where I will see growth and reciprocation. This is not how they wanted things to go. This is what I'm seeing for sure. So that's something else they're thinking. It's like they're looking at this and they're thinking back from when they first met you to now, and they're like, what happened? How did it end up this way? Well, how it ended up this way, I think, is a series of small things that seemed insignificant at the time that built up, and there was this explosion in, the Tower. Also, the Tower comes in when Spirit is looking at something and saying, no, it cannot go on like this anymore. So there could have been an imbalance in equal give and take, is what I'm seeing here. It could have been that you both were trying to build, but you were building on this really shaky foundation. But whatever the situation was, it couldn't go on. Do you know, also, I'm feeling that they feel guilty, because we know from what we just saw that one of the first thoughts they had about you when they first met you was that you were in a situation, or it could have been your whole life. Maybe you were showing up in life in a role in which you give more than you receive. And they looked at that and they saw it clearly and they thought, that is not right, that's not fair, that's not good enough for you, you deserve more. And yet still, when it came to this situation with you and them, they let you do that in this situation. They let you give more than you were receiving from them. Now there's been this tower. It's like they're looking back and they're saying, why did I let that happen? You know, how could I have allowed that when I felt so affected the first time I met you to see how much you gave and how you didn't get enough back? Why did I fall into that pattern? Why did I let myself be one of those people who was taking more from you than I was giving? I had an opportunity there to show up for you in a way other people haven't. So it's almost, I kind of almost feel sick feeling this. It's almost this huge realization of, how could I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, okay. 7 of Cups with the Magician, please. It feels like completely taking advantage and feeling guilty for it. It's almost like, and I am not calling anyone here a dog, but the example that's coming to mind is dogs can be very loyal beyond the point where really it makes sense. You know, if they have an owner that's, say, mean to them, and the owner takes it for granted. Okay, I'm going to kick the dog and it will keep coming back every time I call it, until one day the dog turns on them, and then it's like, wow, I really, I pushed it too far. I took this pet who was just giving me love and compassion and forgiveness every single time for granted, but not really realizing until it sort of got to that breaking point. I mean, I'm assuming someone who's sort of like crazy enough to be kicking animals might not have that realization, but in this analogy, it's like that. It's like you kept trusting, being patient, being compassionate, being forgiving, and it's almost the amount of forgiveness and compassion that you gave is now equal to the amount of guilt and remorse, and kind of, it feels like a physical sickness. So I don't know if it's anger, if it's sadness, whatever it is that they feel for exploiting that. So maybe that's a bit of karma that they're dealing with. I don't know, but it feels very heavy. Okay, 7 of Cups, the Magician. Seven of Cups and the Magician, please. So yeah, driving forward. 10 of Wands, you've got a lot going on, but you can manage. And in many cases, it's things that you've taken on yourself, because I just think you're very motivated and you want to be doing things, and you've got ideas and you've got goals. Okay, 8 of Swords reverse, 6 of Swords. So you're not doing this anymore. You're not overthinking. You're not going around in circles. You have a choice, and you've decided to exercise that choice and get yourself into a better space here. 2 of Coins reversed, exactly. Maybe it was a difficult decision. Maybe you waited as long as you could. You balanced this for as long as you could. You kept, the door open as long as you could, but now it's time to move forward. Interesting, isn't it? Because this is exactly the same position that we have that original Ace of Pentacles that they wanted to offer you, but didn't. You offered it to yourself. So they could even be seeing that there's something about this connection that's made you strong. And it's a double-edged sword. Amazing that you've come out of this, transmuted the energy, and you're stronger than ever before, but they hate themselves. And I know hate's a strong word, but that is what I'm feeling. It's so strong, it's manifesting into physical sickness, that they put you in a position, or left you in a position, in which you had to become stronger. Because at the start, when they first met you, that was one of the things that they felt was unfair, how strong you were even at that point, because you had to be. And yet because of this situation, that's doubled or tripled, I think when they think of that, they can't stand it. Okay, 8 of Coins reversed, 10 of Cups. Let's see. Eight of Coins reversed, Ten of Cups. I will say the Ten of Cups is upright, so they do still feel somewhere inside that there is a chance here for this happiness for both of you. The Sun, exactly. Leo energy, but the Sun is renewal, rebirth, healing, abundance of all kinds. And for me, increasingly, it's coming to mean this unexpected renewal and rebirth. It's so late in the day, no one thinks it's coming, but actually here is the opportunity after all. That's what they're still hoping for. So this is someone who their thoughts now are that you are harder to get to, that you might even be suspicious of them, that it's, you know, you might not be open to communication. Now remember, this is just their perspective, doesn't mean it's true. That you don't need them. That you could have been incredibly happy together and you still could be, and they hope that you know, there will still be a chance for you to both have this Ten of Cups together. In a very practical sense, if, you know, I'm just looking at this Three of Coins, if you did something together, like you worked together, you were part of the same team doing something or other, but one of you left or moved on or something, then that's something they're thinking about and, you know, hoping that you can come together again in the future. Okay. They also think that as much as you are strong and you're keeping it moving and you're not going to put your whole life on hold for them or anybody else, they, as far as they're concerned, you are disappointed with how things have gone here. So I would say if this is a brand new connection and everything's going great, then this probably is not your reading, which I'm sure you've obviously realised by now. But again, it's almost back to that message at the start, you know, Seven of Swords reversed. They see what's going on with you, the truth that you're not putting out there. You're still putting out this very confident version of yourself, and in fact, maybe from, you know, the beginning of this journey to where you are now, people who don't know you very well would never get the sense that anything was happening behind the scenes or that you've been through anything, you know, big or chaotic, because this feels to an extent a little chaotic. You know, you really hold it together in terms of this outward facing self that you have, but still this person saying, I still see the truth of you, and I know that even though you're showing up as confident, strong, happy, fine, and that you're inspiring yourself and others as well around you, I know also what's going on within, which is that you've been disappointed here by this and me, that you had hopes that weren't realised, that maybe you still even have hope with this Ten of Cups being upright. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the Oracle messages for their thoughts about you now. I'm hearing pride. The word pride just came through. So some of them might think that you are very proud and very stubborn. You know, you're not going to let anyone see, and especially them, you're not going to let them see you cry or like fall apart or to see how they've affected you. How does this person think of my viewer now? We have joy. Okay, interesting. And they look like they're in the sunshine, not in the snow. So you've really turned something around. I wonder for some of you if whatever this commitment or situation was that we saw in the first spread when they first met you, I wonder if that's no longer a part of your life. Pomegranate flower. Oh, that's making me think of the High Priestess. So again, very intuitive, very knowing. They had a sense about you before that you know, you see more than you let on. Maybe they've had the opportunity to see that in action now, or they've had proof of this. Also, pomegranates make me think of Hades and Persephone and how he wanted her but he couldn't have her, so he tricked her and basically trapped her down in hell in Hades with him for is it 6 months of the year, I think. Okay, so this person, they could at times in their thoughts, they could be obsessing about you, thinking obsessively about you. Sometimes they could be tempted to do things to get your attention that aren't the most high vibrational, whatever those things are. There could be lots of lust, passion that they feel for you, almost like a need. I need to have you. I don't want to consider another option. I would rather go to an extreme length to get you to notice me. I don't just want somebody else, but temptation as well. Okay. Oh, we have a lot. We have a necessary evil. Oh, look, and you see those pruning shears? I think that's what they're called. It's almost like you may have decided, you know, you have to cut them out, that it's just a necessary thing that you didn't want to do, but you had to do. You went back and forth, you tried to delay it as much as you could, but you had to, and we have a threat here. And then we have games. Yeah, I think this person just played too many games, and you maybe decided, as much as I can see we could have the 10 of Cups and I want you to be a healthy part of my life, you're actually a threat to my stability or to my feeling of peace and clarity, and I've got to cut you out even though I don't want to. And you seem maybe even happier to some of them since you know, pulled away or moved away or cut them off or something like that. Okay, let's see. Joy, a necessary evil, a threat, games. For some of you, they could feel that there are threats around now, as in other people you might be speaking with, or if you have other options, or people also who are admiring you. For some of you, they think there's been a transition. So when they met you, maybe you were at the beginning of whatever this journey was, very determined, but not yet seeing the rewards. Now, you're further along in this journey and the rewards are obvious for you and everyone else to see, and you could be more noticed, more recognized, more celebrated for this, more in the spotlight. So now there are threats. There are other people who are seeing you, and you've got the attention of more people than just them now as well. For some of you, I want to say, if you've had anyone popping up, say on social media or messaging you under just random accounts, people you think you don't know, for some of you it could be them under, you know, different accounts with fake names, that sort of thing. Yeah, okay. I think they also think that you found a deeper level of genuine happiness and peace in some area of your life than maybe you were experiencing before. You're very, you might like your own company as well, very comfortable in your own company. I just have a feeling of them really watching you. I'm looking at this woman dancing. It's almost making me think of that 9 of Pentacles. You know, she's in the garden, we're looking at her, she's got no idea because she's doing her own thing. So I don't know if they watch you in person, online. Let's see. Oh, also, if they come towards you and speak with you directly, some of them might think that you have a way with words. You see the truth, you get to the truth, and if you want to be, you can be cutting. That King of Swords reversed can use words to wound. So it's not to say that you're going to say something to be deliberately mean, but maybe you've told them a truth, and that truth offended them or hurt them, but it was coming from a neutral space of you just saying, this is the truth as I perceive it. And when they thought about it, maybe they, you know, realized it was true, but because it was true, it had an effect on them. You know, maybe you were telling them something about themselves or their behavior. So there's something about coming towards you. It feels like there could be a threat, either words, or the threat is the sway that you have over their emotions, because there's, you know, they feel the potential of this 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's almost like they want to come forward and be direct, but they're playing games because there's just the potential here for them to be wounded quite badly, I think. Maybe, for example, they come forward and confess everything and you say, well, I've moved on, you know, or something like that. Okay, let's see. So their thoughts of my viewer now. Yep, wisdom. You've grown, you have ascended, you've learned, you've, whatever the journey you were on before, you've progressed nicely along that, in their opinion. You've also become wiser in terms of this connection and them, and maybe you've learned things about yourself, which again, bittersweet. They love that for you, but they kind of really resent themselves that they put you in that position where you either, you know, crumbled or became strong and wise. We've got green here for the heart chakra, so there's been a lot that's gone on emotionally here. It hasn't all been great, but you've transmuted it. You've made it work for you, is what they think. And also there's a feeling of, as much as you go through in life, you know, before them, yeah, look, grief, after them, or, you know, whatever comes up, you still, and however you're feeling inside, you're still able to be compassionate towards others, because I get this feeling that you do inspire other people, whether you know it or not, just moving through life. It's almost like you could be having the worst time in your love life, say, and then your friend messages you to say, oh, that person I really liked has asked me on a date, and you're genuinely happy for them, and you're discussing it with them, and you're like, let me know how it goes, even though you're kind of dying inside because, you know, your love life couldn't be worse and something's just happened to make you really upset, or whatever it is. Like, you give a lot. You don't get bitter, you don't sort of shut down. It's not like that friend messages you to tell you their good news and you ignore it because you're resentful or something like that, you know? Okay, what else? We have isolation. Very interesting. Blue, communication. So you could be isolating from them. Soulmate. Wow, look at that. Interesting. That's in line with that Six of Cups that we had at the start. So that opinion hasn't changed. They still think that you are, you have this soul connection here, and there's this soul recognition. Okay. And it's interesting that that's red, actually. So the root. So it's like that's something they know. That's something that's a core part of their, you know, it's a core, one of their core thoughts about you, and it's, as far as they're concerned, it's a truth. It's something they carry around with them in their daily life. And then we have vanity. Okay, what's on the back? Passion. Yeah, there's something going on. Like, I do feel you get out there. You are passionate about things, and you do things, you pursue your passion. But at the same time, I'm looking at this vanity card, and these people have their drinks. They're obviously out somewhere. They're dressed up. Then we've got, in this isolation card, we've got this tux, and it's just hanging up. So as much as, I mean, like I said, they have the opinion that you're out there, you're about, you're doing things, you're seen, but also I'm getting this feeling of like not putting yourself out there, or saving your best, like saving your best outfits for another day. Like, oh, I won't wear this today, I'll wear it when such and such. What is this? I don't know if they feel that you could be more sort of glamorous or handsome or something in how you present yourself or dress. So let's say their perspective of you is that you are a stunner. You know, man, woman, you've got an amazing face, body, everything, and you can make anything you wear look great. But what you choose to wear are sort of very casual, slouchy things that don't show your body or your physique because of whatever, you know, whatever reason you have for that, as in this example. And they're saying that if you wanted to, and you know this, but if you wanted to, you could put on something that when people turned and saw you, it would take their breath away. But you don't. I don't know why is this important. I mean, I guess we can see that they like how you look. That maybe they think sometimes, okay, I wonder if this is someone who loves attention and they love people to say, oh wow, that's amazing, you look great, or this thing you have is great. And they like that validation, so they're almost struggling to understand why you, who could have so much more of this because of how you look. And I do think right now, this one particular message, we are focusing very much on your appearance here. Even though you have access to this and you know you could make more of this if you wanted to, you choose not to, and they don't understand it, they don't get it. It's like, why would you, if you have two outfits, why would you choose the one that looks good but not the one that looks fantastic? And they can't quite wrap their head around it. And for you, I mean, there could be so many reasons why. And maybe just having people's validation or having people focus on you for your appearance is not that interesting to you, but for them, they would love that. I don't know, there's an interesting message there around that, but it's almost sort of like, because look, we have this passion card, and this is it, you get out there, you are passionate, you take action. But in this depiction, I think this is this woman is a princess or something, and her family is saying, no, it's not appropriate for you to go out into the community and engage with the, you know, common person. But she does because it's a passion and she wants to. She's not interested in people saying, wow, you're a princess, your tiara is amazing, your dress is great. She's just doing what she loves. And so that is you. But you're not interested in having attention because of anything that, you know, you might consider to be vain. It doesn't have to be vain, it's just about appearance, and I think that just might be it. This could be someone who loves attention for many things, but one of those things is how they look. And as much as you might like it when you make an effort with your appearance that people say, oh, you look really great today, it's not the be all and end all. Like, it doesn't make or break your day. If you think you look good, that's great, that's enough. And this is someone who's like, well, if I look like you, I'd be wearing this every day. You know, that sort of thing. Okay, so on that kind of interesting note there, I think I will wrap this reading up. So, hope this was interesting. Hope you got some messages. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you soon. Bye.